So now let's talk about the sweep tool. Now using sweep tool, we can sweep 2D profiles across a 2D path. So here in this case, we have this profile, again a 2D sketch profile, which we can sweep across this path to create a 3D geometry. So now let's start with its basics, and the sweep tool is on the features tab right here. So select the sweep tool, and now we have all of these options. Here in the profile and path, we have two kind of profiles that we can select from. We can select a sketch profile or a circular profile. Let's start with sketch. So I'll select that one, and now again we have two options to select from. First one is a sketch, so select the sketch, and that's our sketch profile. And then second one is path, so select path, and there we are. And this is how it's going to sweep. So it will sweep this profile right along this path. Once you are done, click OK, and here we are. We have got this swept profile. Now if you change the path, the sweep profile will change automatically. So once again, here I'll just go to this sketch 1 and I'll modify this, and I'm just going to add another arc here. So I'll just go to 3-point arc, first point, and I'll add a second point here, and then a third point maybe here. And also I'll just make sure that these two are tangent. So I'll just select these two and add a tangency constraint right here. And also let's add a 50 mm radius. All right, so there we are. I'm not going to make further modifications. If you want to, you can also maybe just make it horizontal. So I guess this is just fine. And now exit out of this, and here we are. It will follow the path. Now let's do it one more time. So I'll just press Ctrl Z a couple of times so that we get back to the original drawing. So again, and here we are. So this is our original set of sketches. Now if you want to sweep a thin profile, a hollow profile, then again the workflow is this. So go to sweep, and once again make sure sketch profile is selected, and then select the sketch and then path. These two are selected, and currently it's making a solid profile, but just in case you want a hollow profile, select this thin feature checkbox. Now with this checkbox selected, you will get this kind of thin profile. So it is completely hollow, and you can change the direction of material. In this case, the material is added in one of the direction, and the thickness of material is 1 mm. Now if you want it along mid plane, then select that, and now material is added equally along both the sides of the sketches. So 0.5 up, 0.5 down, and also you can change it to 2 directions, and you can specify 2 different values for both the directions. So currently it is 1 mm above this sketch and 1 mm below this sketch, but you can change it from here. So maybe if you want to have 0.5 thickness above the sketch, you can just do that, and 1 mm below that sketch. So it just depends on you. In this case, I'll select one direction, and now it's adding material in one of the direction which is currently outside. If you want to add this material inside, check this one, and now it's adding material inside. So in this way you can change the direction of material. So click OK once you're satisfied, and here we have this thin profile, which is basically a hollow profile created using the sweep tool. All right, let's go to the sweep feature and select edit feature. Now in this case, as you can clearly see, at these points we have different faces or different surfaces, and that's because these are the points where the path is tangent. Now SolidWorks will always create separate faces here. So when I just exit out of this, you can just see this thing clearly. At these points of tangency, we have different faces. You can actually select these faces separately, but if you want to merge them all together, and if you want to just create one single smooth surface, then you can merge the tangency as well using one of the options. So I'll go to sweep in edit feature, and here I'll go to this options here, and here we have a checkbox called merge tangent faces. So check this box, and now we'll end up with a completely clean profile where all the tangent faces are now merged. So whenever you have tangent faces and you just want to merge them into one face, well, use this tangent faces checkbox, and now we don't have that edge boundary here. All right, so that's how you can sweep it. Now let's see how we can sweep objects without using any sketch geometry. So for that, I'll start with a sketch path. So I'll go to sketch, and let's just create a path. So I'll go to front plane, and using spline, I will create a path that looks like this. Okay, Now exit out of this sketch, and we don't need to create a profile now. So if you just want to create a circular profile, then sweep tool has a direct feature for that. So go to feature, go to sweep, and now instead of selecting sketch profile, select circular profile. And now we only need to select a path. So select this path, and automatically it will add a circular profile here where the center of circle will be exactly at the point where this path starts. Also, you can see the diameter here, so that's 10. You can just increase or decrease that value here. So that's the diameter of the circular profile. Once again, you can create it as a thin feature, so you can check this box if you want to create a thin feature and then add a thickness here, or if you don't want to, you can just uncheck this. Now in this case, I will just create a solid profile, and with that, let's just click OK, and here we are. So we have got this thing created using only path. Now, if you want to convert this feature into a thin feature, you cannot do that simply by modifying this feature, because if you go to this sweep 2 and select edit feature, the thin feature won't show up here. So that's one of the things you need to keep in mind, that once created, you won't be able to go back and create a thin feature out of a normal sweep. All right, now let's see the last type of sweep, and that's a bidirectional sweep. Now for that, I'll use this sweep feature. So let's just press Ctrl Z a couple of times so that we only have this kind of path. And now I'm going to create a plane right here. So let's go to reference geometry, plane. I'll select this sketch and this point. So now we have a plane right here. Okay. So I'm going to use this plane as a reference, and I'll select sketch, and let's create a sketch here. I'm going to use ellipse, and here we are. We have got the ellipse. Exit out of this sketch, and here it is. So as you can see, this ellipse is not at the starting or end point of the path, rather it's somewhere in between this path. Okay, so once again, let's go to feature and sweep, and again I'm going to start with sketch profile. So the sketch profile is this, and the path is this. All right, and as you can see, we have the sweep profile, but it is added in one of the directions. Now, if you don't want it in this direction, then you can click this option here, and that's going to add it on the second direction. And if you want it on both sides, you can also select this option here, and that's going to add it on both the sides. So this is another great feature. If you have your sketch profile somewhere in between the path and not at the starting or end points, you can use these features. So I'll click OK, and here we are. We have got the final sweep. So that's how you can use sweep tool to create these kind of geometries.